Victory is not rare for this mare. A burrow full of smiles. Stolen Crown. All this coming up on Horses and Courses.
One back, boys.
The Off-Track Betting Communications Network presents Horses and Courses, OTB's Thoroughbred News with your host, Jack Wolfeseater. And now, with a look at this week's news in the thoroughbred industry, here's Jack.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Behind me, you see a wipe of Belmont Park with, of course, our Belmont Stakes logo, and you see the crowd there. Well, that's how Belmont used to look, and this past Saturday at the Belmont Stakes, that's how the venerable old plant did look, as more than 70,000 people poured into the place in hopes of seeing the 12th Triple Crown winner. Unfortunately, Silver Charm was denied his quest for the Triple Crown. We'll have a lot to say about the race when we cover it in our Belmont section and point out to you a few key points in the race and show you why Silver Charm just failed by a half length in his bid to etch his name in the history books alongside some of the greatest thoroughbreds ever to grace the American turf. As for our other races this week, we've got plenty of good action for you, highlighted, of course, by our coverage of the Belmont Stakes. We'll start you off down at Delaware Park on Saturday afternoon with the RRM Carpenter Senior Memorial Stakes. 6 furlong sprint here for our 3-year-olds, a $50,000 guaranteed purse. Here's John Curran down at Delaware with the call.
And they're off in the Carpenter Memorial. American Champ breaking well from the outside. Oro de Mexico toward the inside. Those two out together as a team. Doc's Number with the rail in third. Then Willow Skip's Trial and Stroke is your trailer as they race down the backstretch. They're going stride for stride in the early going. Oro de Mexico on the inside. American Champ on the outside. They've quickly opened up 5 lengths on the field. Willow Skip's Trial between horses. Stroke up on the outside and Doc's Number on the inside. Opening quarter win in a speedy 22 flat. They're matching strides in a match series race, and now American Champ opens up by a length. Oro de Mexico back in second. It's still about a 5-length gap now to Stroke trying to move up on Willow Skip's Trial's outside and Doc's Number toward the inside. About 7 lengths separates them. They've got just over a quarter to go. And it's American Champ pulling clear now by a length and 3/4. Oro de Mexico trying to hang in there second. It's 3 lengths to Willow Skip's Trial rallying in third. Then Stroke and Doc's Number. Half 45 and 4 heading for home. It's American Champ and Tony Black kicking in. Black looks over his shoulder, finds a challenge coming from Willow Skip's Trial on the outside of Oro de Mexico. Just over 16th to go, but American Champ is hanging in there gamely, and they're not going to catch American Champ today. American Champ will win it by 3 lengths. Willow Skip's Trial getting second, Oro de Mexico third.
Hey, American Champ. This is a very nice sprinting 3-year-old. We've seen him this past winter and spring down in New York, and now he's down at Delaware. He stays at 6 furlongs, very tough, beating the lesser likes, gets a stakes win here with regular rider Tony Black in the irons by 3 easy lengths, was sent off the even money favorite. Willow Skip's Trial, he's been on the board several times in these 3-year-old sprints, gets another on the board placing here. Oro de Mexico finishing in the show spot. American Champ goes the 3/4 at Delaware, 10 and 4. At Monmouth Park on Saturday afternoon, a turf sprint here, the Ocean Hotel Stakes, 5 grassy furlongs for you. They are 3-year-olds, 40,000 the guaranteed purse. Larry Colmus calls it for us.
They're racing in the Ocean Hotel Stakes. Corey's Minstrel is going out to the early lead. Tureen of Gold broke second. Manticore is close up in third. Toward the inside, it's set to sizzle. Say Casey's Ribs down toward the rail. Then Thunder Breeze, Sand and Stars, a length and a half farther back to Strategic Defense on the inside. And then comes Mighty Surprise, and Against the Odds is last. They're moving into the far turn in pursuit of Corey's Minstrel. Serene of Gold and Neck back on the outside. 2.5 lengths back to Set to Sizzle. Manticore fourth on his outside. Then it's another length and a half, and then comes Thunder Breeze back in fifth. The others have to get running at the top of the stretch. Corey's Minstrel in front. Straightening out, opening up by 2. Serene of Gold second. Manticore third, far outside. Say Casey's Ribs is gaining ground through the stretch. It's Corey's Minstrel. Say Casey's Ribs. Thunder Breeze now emerges from the pack, and Thunder Breeze the Gray takes the lead and will win the Ocean Hotel Stakes.
Say Casey's Ribs gets elevated to the win spot here as Thunder Breeze is just so full of himself as he's rushing down the stretch for the win. He drifts out in a very controversial disqualification. Thunder Breeze is placed second. Say Casey's Ribs is elevated to the win spot. Thunder Breeze wins the race by a length and a quarter, just going away. Stewards looked at it, and boy, I can't agree a whole lot. I mean, the Say Casey's Ribs never broke stride as Thunder Breeze went cruising by him, but that's the way it'll stand. Tommy Turner getting credit for the win. Say Casey's Ribs, 3 in a row now, a maiden, non-winners other than, and now credit for stakes win. And nice payoff here, cha-ching, $49.20. Thunder Breeze, that's DQ'd down to second, the Big Gray bearing out there, and Corey's Minstrel, unaffected, finishes in the show spot. 57-4, the time of the Ocean Hotel on Saturday. Good race Sunday afternoon down in the Molly Pitcher Breeders' Cup Handicap. Fillies and mares are going a mile and a 16th. $200,000 added purse monies. Again, here's Larry Colmus with the call.
Racing in the Molly Pitcher Breeders' Cup Handicap. Inquisitive Look was off to a slow start. Top Secret and Chip go to the lead together. Rare Blend came out running in third position. Antispend fourth on the outside. Inquisitive Look will trail them early, 6 lengths off the lead as they round the first turn. And Joe Bravo sends Chip to the front. It's Chip leading at 3 parts of a length. Top Secret to the outside second. Rare Blend tucked in neatly at the rail in third, 2 off the lead. Antispend is just to the outside of her as they move on to the backstretch. And Inquisitive Look will have to come from 6.5 lengths off the lead. The opening quarter, 23-4. Not a fast pace at all here. It's Chip in front. Top Secret keeping her honest on the outside. Rare Blend and Antispend racing as a team right in behind the pace-setting pair. Inquisitive Look continues to run in the back. Now 5.5 lengths off the lead. The half mile was in 48-1. It's Chip on the inside, leading it by a head. Craig Perret and Top Secret now running to her from the outside, and the pace will quicken as they round the far turn. Rare Blend is third, 2 lengths off them on the rail. Antley's into Antispend, and she is not responding today. Inquisitive Look begins to move from the back of the pack, but Top Secret takes the lead at the top of the stretch. 3/4 in 1:12-3. Top Secret heads Chip. Rare Blend moving boldly on the outside, and Rare Blend is full of run through the stretch. Mike Smith and Rare Blend take the lead in the middle of the racetrack, and Rare Blend starts to draw away. Top Secret is second. It will be another Shug McGahee win in the Molly Pitcher as Rare Blend draws off by 3. Then it was Top Secret and Chip.
Rare Blend out of Shugsbahn wins another one as victories are not becoming rare for this mare at all, as she is managing to keep herself and the likes of Halo America and Jewel Princess as far apart as possible. Halo America nursing a little bit of a tender ankle at the moment, and Jewel Princess resting out in Southern California. Rare Blend goes about winning these filly and mare races. She gets this one by 4 easy lengths, with Mike Smith going down to Oceanport on Sunday for the win. Top Secret gets second, and Chip finishing in the third spot for Carolyn Sunny Hine. Rare Blend goes her mile and a 16th in 1:43-3. Make hay while the sun shines. Indeed she is. All right, Pimlico on Saturday, the Deputed Testimony Stakes for our Maryland-bred 3-year-olds, mile and an eighth, 75 thou. The guaranteed purse is Dave Rodman in Baltimore with the call of the race.
And they're off. Too Smart, right out to the front. Wycliffe Mannon waited to the inside. Touch of St. Mary's is up close, and Warbroth will let them run on early. Too Smart, eager to roll. Too Smart, edging over to the inside, leading it by a length and a half. Touch of St. Mary's is second. Wycliffe Mannon on the outside of that one, followed by Waited, who's only 2.5 lengths from leader. Warbroth is the trailer. Too Smart, rolling around that first turn, leads away past the 7/8 pole. Touch of St. Mary's applies some pressure on the outside, but the pace is really slow indeed for Too Smart, who leads it by a neck to Touch of St. Mary's. Wycliffe Man Waited is down inside, just 2.5 lengths from the lead. Last of all is Warbroth as the field moves up the backstretch in the Deputed Testimony Stakes. Too Smart by 3/4 of a length to Touch of St. Mary's, and Wycliffe Man on the outside. Waited, and Warbroth starts to move in between. He's going to need some racing room. They're really packing up now, only about 3 lengths separating the entire bunch. Too Smart, the big favorite, leading to Touch of St. Mary's. Wycliffe Man on the outside. Waited and Warbroth, they're all ganged up half-mile out from the finish line. Too Smart really got him backed up now with that slow pace. Too Smart to Touch of St. Mary's. Wycliffe Mannon Waited down inside, and Warbroth. There's 3A's to go. Too Smart continuing well. It's Touch of St. Mary's and Mark Johnston all over that one. 5/16 to go, and Wycliffe Mannon third, and Waited and Warbroth is under a drive, 1/4 mile to run. Too Smart short lead. Too Smart still there by a neck to Touch of St. Mary's. Waited is in behind runners. Wycliffe Mannon and Warbroth. Too Smart leading the way, 3/16 to go. Too Smart under a very confident ride. Too Smart making the others work, but Too Smart is just going through a workout down to the 16th pole, and it's Too Smart. Prado knew he had it the whole trip. Too Smart Waited closing late, and Touch of St. Mary's. Too Smart, too sharp to win it. Waited in Touch of St. Mary's.
Too Smart gets his second in a row. Edgar Prado on board, the two-punch 3-year-old state bred here, getting the nice 3/4 of a length score and sent off at 1-5. Waited was second. Touch of St. Mary's finishing in the show spot. Too Smart was not smart at all, according to the fans, as they made it 1-5. Cruises for the win in 1:50.4. From Maryland over to Churchill Downs for the weekend's action. Rain out in the Kentucky area Saturday and Sunday. The Fleur de Lis for fillies and mares on Saturday afternoon at a mile and a furlong, $150,000. The added purse. Here's Kurt Becker in Louisville with the call.
And they're off in the Fleur de Lis, and Zantee reared up at the start and immediately drops out to the back of the field. Here comes Everhope away running for the lead. Omi is there to the inside. Call Me moves up with Burr in between horses. Then Nascra Colors, followed by Effectiveness, who quickly moves over toward the inside rail, about 4 lengths from the lead. Kawando Puede goes wide, rounding the first turn. Then a gap of 4 more lengths to Scenic Point inside of Golden Delicious, and a gap of 3 more to Zantee, who will be the early trailer. The opening quarter in 24 seconds, and Everhope has the lead by a length on to the backstretch. Burr is a bit rank between horses and is second ahead. Omi is third toward her inside. Here's Effectiveness in fourth, now looking for a little running room in between horses and moving up about 2 lengths off the lead. Then Call Me is wide on the backstretch. 2 more lengths to Kawando Puede on the outside of Nascra Colors. Then Scenic Point, Zantee, and Golden Delicious is last and running nearly 12 lengths from the lead. The half in 48 2. They're on the far turn now. Everhope, the leader, a half length. Burr is still second between horses, and Call Me is a wide third, rounding the far turn. Effectiveness is fourth and is still 2.5 to 3 lengths off the lead. Kawando Puede moves on her outside. Omi is next. Golden Delicious Delicious still last. Scenic Point is going very wide off the far turn. They're coming to the 8th pole. Call Me and Everhope toward the inside. Effectiveness still a length and a half off the lead. Burr is still there. It is Everhope with a short lead. Burr and Effectiveness is trying to burst through. Golden Delicious is charging past all of them from last to first to win it. Golden Delicious by a length and a half. And then it was Effectiveness second, a photo for show.
Golden Delicious, another mare benefiting in the absence of Halo America. Calvin Burrell in the irons gets a length and a half score here for Bobby Bonnet and John Franks. This mare has been running against the best all year long, and she cruises to the victory, and it shows you why. Just a big class edge here as she handles the off-going with ease. Effectiveness was second. Everhope runs a good race along the inside there and gets the show money. Golden Delicious flying at him through the stretch gets the win in 1:52.4. Sunday afternoon, still more rain in Kentucky. The Louisville Handicap at 1 3/8 on the grass was run on a yielding turf course. A $100,000 added race, and boy, we've got a ding-dong finish for you here. Again, Kurt describes the race for us.
And they're off. Down the aisle, and Hargar to the front as the field moves into the first of 3 turns. Then Milligan, Snake Eyes stringing out behind the leaders, and Chore One will be the early trailer, about 5 lengths off the lead. Up front, down the aisle, the early leader by almost a full length now. Hargar is second by 2 lengths. Then Snake Eyes moving up third on the outside of Milligan, and Chore One to as they move into the stretch for the first time. Down the aisle under an easy hold is leading Hargar, but only by a neck, as Hargar now comes forward on the outside to press the leader a bit. Snake Eyes is third toward the hedge. Milligan a length behind him, and Chore One, the trailer, just more than 5 lengths off the lead as they move under the line and head down into the second of those 3 turns. The opening quarter in 26 seconds, a half in 51.4. And down the aisle continues to lead it. Again, the lead is out to almost a full length. Hargar is still there just off the leader's flank in second as they enter the back stretch. And Snake Eyes stays up close in third. He's just 2.5 lengths off the leader. It's the same gap behind him to Milligan and 4 more to Chore One, who is still last. They got 6 furlongs and 1:18. They are midway on the back stretch. Again, Hargar on the outside challenges down the aisle. Now they're matching strides with Snake Eyes 2 lengths away in third. It's 3 more to Milligan, 4 back of him to Chore One as they move into the far turn. And Hargar has taken the lead by 3/4 of a length. Down the aisle is second by a length and a half. Then Snake Eyes in third is yet to come with his rally. Milligan, then Chore One is last, a 1/4 mile to come. Hargar on the outside leads at a half length. Down the aisle is still second. Snake Eyes is third and still has 2 lengths to make up. Milligan, then Chore One. And here's down the aisle in the last furlong, responding to the whip to come back to get the lead. Snake Eyes, then Chore One is running late. Down the aisle, Chore One charging. Here's the line down the aisle. Maybe, but that's going to be a photo. It's either down the aisle or Chore One. It's a photo finish, and it's tight.
Oh, baby, show the photo there. Chore One and Calvin Burrell sneaking a photo away from Pat Day on down the aisle. How often does Pat Day lose those photos as his patented late close fell just a nostril short? Snake Eyes finished in the 3rd spot. Chore One down the aisle. Go the 1 3/8 over the yielding turf course Sunday in 2:19.2. Chore One, a 4-year-old by Cozine, and pays a very nice, hello, ching, little one, $18 to win. All right, let's take our first break here. When we come out the break, we've got our action Saturday from Lone Star Park. We'll take a look at Hollywood's racing over the weekend, and of course, cover of the Belmont as well. Much more to come. Don't go away. Be right back after this.
Last year, the New York Lottery had its most successful year ever. We had over $3.6 billion in sales, and from that we generated almost $1.5 billion in profit or revenue that was distributed to local school districts. The money that is raised from the operation of the lottery is sent by us at the lottery to the folks in Albany and then made part of the overall state aid to education budget. So it is a integral, important piece of that overall pie. It's not in addition to. It's not the frosting on top. It's a part of that. And then that in turn is then distributed by the state to the individual school districts. Last year in central New York alone, the lottery contributed over $180 million to education. The lottery makes everybody across the state richer in the sense that we raise all this money and revenue.
All right, Saturday down at Grand Prairie in the Metroplex area of Texas at Lone Star, we've got the Dallas Turf Cup handicap. 1.8 miles the distance, $150,000 on the line here for our older horses. Here's John Dooley giving us the call of the Dallas Turf Cup.
Now 8 set, and they're off. Zarv's Magic, Brush with Pride. Burbank now sent by Don Pettinger, and Burbank is showing his expected speed. But Ronald Ardwan comes up with Zarv's Magic just behind those two, Frank Alvarado. And Hyderabad in a good tracking spot, saving ground with a black cap in third. Then Lost Soldier, Brush with Pride, now ranging up on the outside. Farther back is Jazz Time Star, who settles in behind horses, while leading both Untraceable and Toll Paid is 8th as they head toward the clubhouse turn. The opening quarter went in 24-4, and Burbank really had the brakes on during that opening furlong. Burbank setting a soft pace. Zarv's Magic is a length behind. Toward the rail is Hyderabad, saving ground, running third, ahead in front of Brush with Pride with a white cap. Lost Soldier also cantering along, 5 lengths from the front runner Burbank. Then still 3 more lengths back to Jazz Time Star, who's 2 clear of Untraceable, and Toll Paid trails. The half mile went in 49 seconds flat. Less than a half mile to go in this inaugural Dallas Turf Cup. And Burbank looking to duplicate his last wire-to-wire win over this turf course. Burbank is there. Zarv's Magic second now as the pace quickens. Hyderabad has given up no ground, running third. On the outside, Brush with Pride. Ducey wants him to go now. Lost Soldier coming up with the orange cap. Then Jazz Time Star, Untraceable, and Toll Paid as they come toward the top of the stretch. And Zarv's Magic making a run now at Burbank as they swing home. Lost Soldier finishing well down the center of the course. Brush with Pride. Hyderabad is boxed in, final furlong. Burbank is still there driving. Hyderabad now toward the inside. Lost Soldier and Zarv's Magic. Burbank in front, close to home. And Burbank did it again. Burbank led every step of the 1.8 miles to take the Dallas Turf Cup. Lost Soldier and Hyderabad.
Burbank, Donnie Von Hamel tells Donnie Pettinger, go to the front and don't look back. They did it once before. They've done it again. Sent off at 9-5. Burbank strolls to his second win in a row. Lost Soldier and Hyderabad can do nothing but watch as Burbank just cruises around the turf course at Lone Star, getting the win in 1:47-2. To Southern California. Saturday afternoon, the second race on the card, the Radar Ahead Stakes, 5.5 furlong turf sprint here, $65,000, the added purse on the race. Luke Krybosch in Inglewood has the call for us.
Off and running in the Radar Ahead. Fast start for Tiger Talk, quickly joined by Owen Meany. Linear comes away third. Destiny's Ventures racing in fourth. Latin Dancer 4 off the pace in fifth. And Regal Rhythm and Cyrano Storm trails. Up the backstretch they go. Owen Meany gets the neck in front now. Tiger Talk pressing from the outside in second. Linear on the inside rail is third. Destiny's Venture 4.5 off the pace now in fourth. And Latin Dancer back to Cyrano Storm, who's picked it up. And Regal Rhythm trails 22 flat for the quarter. Round the far turn. turn. Owen Meany, half a length in front now. Tiger Talk off his flank in second. Linear bottled up will need Racing Room third by 5 more than Destiny's Venture. And Latin Dancer with Cyrano Storm top of the lane. Owen Meany off the turn in front by 2 with Tiger Talk on the outside. Regal Rhythm trying to squeeze his way through, and Latin Dancer gearing up sharply. Latin Dancer's coming fastest of all on the outside. Latin Dancer up to take the lead from Owen Meany. Latin Dancer gets the neck in front. Latin Dancer goes on to win by 3/4 to Owen Meany, and Cyrano Storm was third in the Radar Ahead.
Latin Dancer, Julio Garcia in the irons for trainer Randy Bradshaw and the Siegel family. Sent off at 3-2 and does not disappoint. 3 parts of a length to score. Owen Meany was second. Cyrano Storm finishing in the show spot. Latin Dancer, the son of City Dancer, goes the 5.5 panels in 1:02.1. Race 7 Saturday at Hollywood. The Malaire Stakes 6.5 furlong sprint for 3-year-old Calbred fillies. The money here, $75,000 in added purses. Again, here's Luke with the call.
They're all in line. Off and running in the Malaire Stakes. Battleful Dreamer on the outside, 2-2 flashing speed. Miss Lawless came away third. Grana Realeza right there in the thick of things early fourth. Goody Slew Shoes moving up in traffic fifth. Madame Martini 6, just 2.5 off the pace early. The Native Wind Dancer and Fair Mims the trailer. Up the backstretch, Grana Realeza, 3 parts of a length in front now. 2-2 stalking in second. Miss Lawless third by a head. Goody Slew Shoes racing fourth. Madame Martini fifth, now 4 off the lead. Too farther back to Battleful Dreamer, who's picked it up now. The Native Wind Dancer and Fair Mims. 21-4 for the quarter. Into the far turn. Granja Realeza opens up by 2. 2-2. Ask for speed in second. Miss Lawless third. Madame Martini next. Goody Slew Shoes has 4 to make up now. Too farther back to Battleful Dreamer, who's 6 lengths off the lead. And Native Wind Dancer off the turn at the top of the lane. It's Granja Realeza leading the way by better than 2. Miss Lawless on the attack in second. 2-2 racing third. Madame Martini, then Battleful Dreamer and Goody Slew Shoes. Deep stretch now, Granja Realeza. Corey Black really getting after now. Granja Realeza from Miss Lawless. Granja Realeza, Miss Lawless, Battleful Dreamer. Granja Realeza getting there to win the Malaire. Granja Realeza beating Miss Lawless, and Madame Martini was third.
Granja Realeza, Corey Black in the irons, length victory at 4-1, winning the Malaire over Miss Lawless, with Madame Martini finishing in the third position. Granja Realeza goes her 6.5 furlongs in 1:16.2. All right, the 8th race on the Saturday afternoon card out on the West Coast, the Estropod Stakes for fillies and mares at 1.5 miles on the turf. $100,000 in added purse money here. Just a 4-horse field, but one very nice mare. Let's take a look again. Here's Luke giving us the call.
Off and running in the Estropod. Miss Ladybug straight to the front for the outside. Wind Sharp broke sharply is second. Red Rose's Story came away in third, and Hillary trails. Into the far turn for the first time. Miss Ladybug and Renee Douglas under a tight hold in front by 2. Wind Sharp tracks off her heels in second. Red Rose's Story third to the outside, and a gap of 3 back to the longest shot on the board, Hillary. Straightening away in the stretch for the first time. Miss Ladybug in front by 1.25 lengths. Wind Sharp right off her heels racing second. Red Rose's Story is third by 3 more, and Hillary is the trailer. Flashing past the stands with 1 lap left to go. Now Miss Ladybug in front 3 parts of a length. Wind Sharp right off her flank racing in second. Red Rose's Story now 2.5 off the pacemaker racing third. Hillary the trailer 4 lengths off the lead as they head to the clubhouse turn. Miss Ladybug showing the way. Miss Ladybug through a 1/2 mile in 50 3/5 seconds leads it by 3 parts of a length. Wind Sharp glued off her flank in second. Red Rose's Story now 3 off the pace racing third. 2 farther back to Hillary. Midway on that turn, Miss Ladybug in front by a length. Wind Sharp right there ready to pounce on her in second. Red Rose's Story third by 3 more, and Hillary's at the back of the pack wheeling to the backstretch 6 furlongs in a slow 1:15.4. Miss Ladybug in front by just a neck now. Wind Sharp starts to turn up the pressure in second. Red Rose's Story inching up a closer third, and then two farther back to Hillary. Midway up the backstretch they go. Miss Ladybug in front every step of the way so far. Leaves by one now. The outside, Wind Sharp second. Red Rose's Story being nudged along in third, and Hillary still trails heading for the far turn. A mile and 1:40 and 2. Miss Ladybug in front by one. Wind Sharp right there now. Wind Sharp starts to inch up in second. Red Rose's Story moves up 3 wide in third, and Hillary coming on for the back of the pack. The race starting to tighten up at the top of the lane. Miss Ladybug just a nose in front of Wind Sharp. Wind Sharp breathing down her neck. Red Rose's Story third, and Hillary top of the lane. Wind Sharp cut loose now to tackle Miss Ladybug, and Wind Sharp is up to take the lead. Miss Ladybug second by 2, then Red Rose's Story and Hillary. Into deep stretch, it's Wind Sharp drawing away under GF Almeida, and Wind Sharp going on to a very handy win in the Estropod. Wind Sharp winning it by 3. Miss Ladybug ran second, Red Rose's Story third.
Well, there's our gal, Wind Sharp, getting the victory here. Gary Almeida in the irons for the 4.5 length score. Sent off at 3 to 5, and really not a whole lot to beat for her in this race, as she does it with consummate ease. Miss Ladybug and Red Rose's Story, they'll get place and show monies out of this, but they could have gone around again. They weren't going to beat Wind Sharp, as she goes her 1.5 miles in 2:28 and 1. All right, Sunday afternoon in Southern California, 2-year-old fillies went postward in the Cinderella Stakes. Little sprint for them here, 5.5 furlongs, $65,000. The added purse on the race. Lou Kroibosch, one more time, has the call from the West Coast.
Flag is up. Off and running in the Cinderella. Rattle My Nerves broke right on top. Joined quickly by Unreal Squeal, then Bent Creek City firing through an opening on the inside. Bent Creek City up to take the lead. Unreal Squeal right there in second. Derek's Baby Girl third. Beat the Devil on the far outside. Marquise Prize and Frenzied Fruitcake. Career Collection now gaining ground in mid-pack. Then Rattle My Nerves on the outside of Aloha Anita, and 5 back to Czarina. 21 and 2. They blaze through the opening quarter mile. Bent Creek City in front by 1.5 lengths now. Derek's Baby Girl up to tackle her on the inside. Unreal Squeal still in the thick of things in third. Career Collection starts to gear up now, 4 lengths off the lead, and 3 farther back to Beat the Devil. At the top of the lane and turning for home, Bent Creek City opening up now by 3 lengths. Bent Creek City past the 8th pole in front by 3. Then Derek's Baby Girl running gamely for second. Unreal Squeal is third. Coming past the 16th pole, Bent Creek City going on to win. Bent Creek City and Bobby Gonzalez winning the Cinderella Stakes by better than 3. Bent Creek City over Derek's Baby Girl, and Unreal Squeal was third.
Boy, Bent Creek City just zoomed along here for Bobby Gonzalez. Sent off at 5 to 2 and wins a very easy 4-length score here, beating these other little 2-year-old gals. Derek's Baby Girl was second best, and Unreal Squeal, who has won a stake out there, was third under the line. But boy, Bent Creek City, pretty impressive here as she just zips right along, going the 5.5 panels in 1:03 and 2. All right, let's take our second break here. When we come out the break, Belmont Park, all of Saturday's action and Sunday as well. Much more to come, including the Belmont Stakes. Be right back after this.
Capital OTB, in conjunction with Track Data Systems of California, announce a new development on the World Wide Web. It's free. It's entries, odds, and results online with a virtual tote board. It's a real-time odds board. You receive free, up-to-the-minute odds, entries, and results from any track Capital OTB is handling. To use this service free of charge, you must be a Capital OTB Phonobet account holder. Capital OTB offers 3 types of Phonobet account: an agent-operated system, automated touch-tone system, and a VIP account. Opening an account is quick and simple by calling 1-800-292-BETS. That's 1-800-292-BETS. Or visit Capital OTB's site at http://www.capitalotb.com.
All right, we'll start you off on Saturday afternoon with the True North handicap. A good sprint for our older horses here at 3/4. It's a $100,000 added purse. Is Tom Durkin with the call of the True North.
And they're off. Cold Execution and Get My Glitter get out first. Punchline is there on the outside. Frisco View comes charging on through between horses, and Elusive Quality at the rail. A real scramble on for the lead here. Get My Glitter, Frisco View, and Elusive Quality. The three of them move for the far turn together with Punchline on the outside fourth. 3 lengths to Cold Execution, then Raja's Charter. Jamie's First Punch trails the field. They zipped a quarter here in 21 4. It's Fast and Furious, with Frisco View battling away in between horses. To his inside, it's Elusive Quality, and to his outside, Get My Glitter, and just in behind them, Punchline is poised in fourth. Cold Execution swings into action 5 wide. Farther back, Raja's Charter. Jamie's First Punch is only 3 from the lead. 5 of them stacked across the track at the top of the stretch, and Punchline comes away with the lead. It's Punchline in front. Cold Execution is second. Jamie's First Punch closing stoutly on the outside. Nothing left for Elusive Quality. It's going to be Punchline. Punchline delivers today and wins by 2.5 lengths. Cold Execution was second. Jamie's First Punch was third. The time was 1:08.4.
Punchline, a 2-punch runner here. In the second week in a row, we have 2-punch. Both his sons winning. Too Smart down in Maryland, and now Punchline here in New York. Robbie Davis on board for Billy Turner. This is a 3rd win in a row for Punchline, including the Bowl Ruler last time out. Now 6 out of its last 7. A very high-notch sprinter here is Punchline. Cold Execution, we've seen this guy running all year long down in New York and doesn't disappoint. Just falls 2 1/4 lengths behind there. And Jamie's First Punch coming in here off a 7-furlong win last out. Runs on nicely, but has to settle for 3rd. Perhaps he needed the extra furlong. Punchline goes these 6 furlongs in 1:08.4. All right, next up, we've got the Riva Ridge Stakes for you for our 3-year-olds. They're going 7 furlongs. It's another 100 grander and an overwhelming favorite in here. Let's take a look. Again, here's Tom with the call.
And they're off. Smoke Glacken breaks sharply. Statesmanship off to a good start, and Wild Wonder right there battling away early. Then it's Indisputable. ZD down inside, 3 lengths back to Trafalgar, who's conserved by Gary Stevens in the early going. Smoke Glacken takes charge in front by a length. And it's Wild Wonder, and now Chris McCarron takes him back. On the outside, Smoke Glacken leads through a quarter there in 22 4/5 seconds. On the outside, Statesmanship is moving to second. Wild Wonder is third. Then it's ZD, who's about 4 lengths from the lead and taken to the outside for a clear aim at the front runners. Trafalgar's beginning to find his best stride. Long shot Indisputable drops back to trail the field. Smoke Glacken gets a half in 45 3/5 seconds. Taking ZD a bit wide as they turn for home, and there's a huge opening at the inside for Wild Wonder. Statesmanship is right there, and Trafalgar on the far outside. At the top of the stretch, Smoke Glacken now. Craig Perrett shakes him up, and he responds. Smoke Glacken opening up by 2.5 at the 8th pole. Trafalgar is trying to reel him in with the 16th to go. ZD is third, and Wild Wonder is fourth. But it's Smoke Glacken who streaks under the line. A big winner here. He wins by 3.5 lengths.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a sprinting 3-year-old, and Smoke Glacken has these 3-year-olds that want to sprint over a barrel. You know the story. They tried him to stretch out the distances early in the spring and just couldn't do it. So now they'll keep him at sprinting. And boy, he went 22 4 for the first. That's walking for this horse. When he hung that up, folks, the race was over. Smoke Glacken on cruise control with regular jock Craig Perrett in the irons. 3 1/4 snoozing length victory. Trafalgar was making up some ground and got the place. Wild Wonder finishing in the 3rd spot. Smoke Glacken smokes him again. Hope to see him during the summer up here. Goes the 7/8 in 1 20-4, and why not? He won the Hopeful up here, of course, last year, and this was his 7th stakes win, by the way. Manhattan Handicap, a very nice 1.25 mile turf race, was the 8th race on the card Saturday down in New York. $200,000 in guaranteed purse monies on the race. Excellent finish. Let's take a look. Here's Tom with the call.
And they're off. Same Old Wish and Diplomatic Jet get away first, with Always a Classic on the outside and Montjoy as they make their way toward the first turn. No one's really anxious for the lead. Here's Always a Classic on the outside. Montjoy is in between horses and Diplomatic Jet down inside. Those three sharing the lead into the turn. La Bib tucks away and gets a cozy spot in behind him, drafting in 4th position. Same Old Wish backs off the pace to settle back in 5th. A break of 3 back to flag down, followed by La Signy, and Op Smile is allowed to trail the field in the early going. Montjoy is the leader. The opening quarter relatively easy in 24 1/5 seconds. Always a Classic, offering mild pressure just off his flank, second by 2. La Bib is a restrained 3rd on the outside. Diplomatic Jet moving along in 4th, followed by Same Old Wish, flag down, who's 7 lengths from the lead. La Signy on the far outside. Op Smile has trailed behind a comfortable opening half-mile of 48 2/5 seconds. 5 furlongs from the line. Montjoy, Always a Classic, putting some pressure on now. The field moving for the far turn. Montjoy in front by a neck with a half-mile to go. Always a Classic continues to run with him. La Bib is now called on for run, 3rd on the outside. Diplomatic Jet right there in behind the lead, running in 4th. Same Old Wish is 5 lengths from the lead. Flag down on Corking, his rally will go wide. La Bib has unseated the rider on the far turn. La Bib has unseated jockey John Velasquez. The field is coming to the top of the stretch, and Always a Classic has a clear lead. Same Old Wish set down for the drive, and here he comes on the outside. They're coming into the final furlong now. Always a Classic is put to the test. He leads by 2. Same Old Wish is 2nd. Flag down, closing with a furious rush. Op Smile last earlier is flying late, but the wire is coming quickly. So is Flag down right now to the neck of Always a Classic, and Op Smile surges. Op Smile surges to win it in the shadow of the wire.
Op Smile for Billy Boniface gets his 2nd win in a row. He was down in Maryland on Preakness Day winning the Dixie. And you remember the Dixie and the Manhattan, along with the Early Times Classic, were part of that now defunct Early Times Turf Series. So here's Op Smile getting 2 of those would-be legs. Robbie Davis in the irons for the neck score. Sent off at 21-1. Cha-ching! $44.80 getting the victory and taking it away from Flag Down out of Chris Clamont's bond, who just could not hold off Op Smile. Thought he was going to win it, but along came the gray and nailed him on the wire. Flag Down has been having an excellent year on the board in many of the major turf races. Has to taste a bitter defeat here in the 2nd spot. Always a Classic, coming off a nice win on the board again, settles for the show money. Manhattan Handicap, full of smiles in the borough of Manhattan, goes the 1.25 miles in 1:59 seconds flat. And of course, the feature race, the 129th running of the Belmont Stakes at 1.5 miles, the true test of the champion. And boy, those words were very prophetic this time around, weren't they? As we had Silver Charm going to become the 12th Triple Crown runner, but had been stated all week long by Dave Hoffmans, by Paco Gonzalez, by Dick Mandela, you have to earn it. They're not going to give it to you. And boy, oh boy, what a race we've got for you. $500,000 on the line, $5 million if Silver Charm was able to get the win. Let's take a look. Here's Tom Durkin's momentous call of this year's Belmont Stakes.
And they're off in the 129th Belmont, and Silver Charm's quest for the Triple Crown. And Silver Charm strikes out for the lead immediately. And Wild Rush is to his outside. Those two heading for the clubhouse turn together, and Wild Rush now clears Silver Charm. Gary Stevens guides Silver Charm to the outside.
Touch Gold is opening on the inside, and Touch Gold now grabs the lead from his stablemate Wild Rush. Silver Charm off the rail and placed in third position. Freehouse is galloping along easily on the far outside, now advancing to be fourth. Then long shots, Irish Silence, followed by Mr. Energizer. It's a long way back, almost 8 or 9 lengths, back to Crypto Star, who trails the field. The opening quarter went in 23 and 3/5 seconds. Touch Gold, the leader into the backstretch. Wild Rush is with him. The opening half mile in 49 and 1/5 seconds. The pace is very comfortable indeed with Touch Gold and Wild Rush. And now Gary Stevens is moving with Silver Charm, and Silver Charm makes the lead, 6.5 furlongs out. But quickly Wild Rush moves to counter. It's Wild Rush, the leader, in front by a head. Silver Charm is right alongside him. Touch Gold, who led earlier, is running in third. And then Freehouse, the gray shadow of Silver Charm down the backstretch. 5 lengths to Irish Silence, another 5 to Longshot Mr. Energizer, and Crypto Star is better than 20 lengths out of it with 5 furlongs to go. They've run 3 quarters in 1:13 and 4. The field moving into the far turn. It's still Wild Rush with a short lead. Silver Charm right there with them with a half mile to go. Freehouse is making his move as they round the far turn. Touch Gold is just in behind the lead. They're at the midway point on the turn. Wild Rush, Silver Charm, and Silver Charm has taken the lead as the field approaches the top of the stretch. But his arch rival Freehouse is right there to his outside. The stage is set. Touch Gold swings into action on the far outside. They're at the top of the stretch. It is Silver Charm, unwavering, holding on tenaciously to the lead. Freehouse is right there with him. Touch Gold driving on the outside in the final furlong. Silver Charm holding the lead. Here comes Touch Gold and Freehouse. Silver Charm has lost the lead, and Touch Gold will deny him the crown by a heartbreaking half length.
Well, the third largest crowd to witness a Belmont, and the largest crowd at Belmont in 20 years, folks, witnessed just a marvelous duel here between these 3 fine thoroughbreds. And what it all boiled down to is that Chris McCarron just flat out outfoxed Gary Stevens. Not outrode Gary Stevens, a little bit of a subtle difference here, but outfoxed Gary Stevens. We're going to show you 3 different points which were key to this race. The first, as you see there, going into the club turn as they came out the gate, Gary Stevens takes Silver Charm off the rail and goes to the outside, and all the riders knew that the rail had been dead all day and that the middle part of the track was the better place to be. Now, as we're going up the backstretch, you see Silver Charm on the outside making his move. This is what Kent DeSormo wanted to do, giving Freehouse a target to run at. Chris McCarron sees this and gently eases Touch Gold back. He said they were going very, very nice and easy, 49 and 1, just dawdling along there, going around. And now the third key move is Chris McCarron swings Touch Gold outside and wide, out of the line of sight of Silver Charm for the drive through the stretch, actually using Freehouse as a pick or a screen to shield Silver Charm from Touch Gold. Chris knew that this horse is very, very tough to get by. He witnessed it in the Preakness. He said, if that's the way to beat him, then I've got to get this horse outside, and so that Silver Charm cannot see me. And boy, you see, as they hit the wire, Silver Charm was trying to dig in again as he saw him and just couldn't do it. Heartbreaking loss for Gary Stevens, who of course guaranteed the win. He knew he put away Freehouse in the stretch, and his comments afterwards that he was very surprised to see Touch Gold. He thought he had put him away as well, as McCarron, of course, dropped back and kind of hid on him. Stevens thought it was Crypto Star that would be firing late. So the crown is denied on a very strategic ride by Hall of Famer jockey Chris McCarron. There's a reason, I guess, why Chris was in the Hall of Fame before Gary Stevens. Very, very bitter loss for Gary Stevens after guaranteeing the win and knowing that Silver Charm just ran the best race of the whole series. Freehouse settles for the third spot, and what can you say about this guy? He is just as hard-knocking a racehorse as you can possibly want. Mile and a quarter, mile and 3/16, mile and a half. He runs his eyeballs out. These horses have quite a rivalry going, and it should not be lost among our New York people in the position of powers and decision-making that Touch Gold, Silver Charm, Freehouse, all three horses trained in California by California trainers and ridden to victory by California-based jockeys, yet the race was run in New York City. Something to be said there, isn't it? Nonetheless, in the books we go. A crown denied. Touch Gold wins it, 228-4. And boy, I can't wait to see these guys hook up again. Maybe it'll be the Haskell, maybe it'll be the Travers, maybe it'll be a little bit further down the line in late summer, beyond the Travers, or the fall perhaps. But we would love to see these three-year-olds get together again. And it's unfortunate that Captain Bodgett has to miss all of this because he fits like a hand in a glove with all of them. Excellent crop of horses. A terrific training job by all three individuals, Dave Hoffmans, Bob Baffert, and Paco Gonzalez, and a just truly amazing day of thoroughbred racing at Belmont Park on Saturday afternoon. Our congratulations to all involved. Wow. All right, that was the Belmont. Now, one more race for you on the program this week. Sunday afternoon, back to business as usual, I guess you'd say, down in New York. The Just a Game Breeders' Cup handicap for our fillies and mares at a mile on the grass, $150,000 in added purse money. Very special grass-running mare in here. Let's take a look. Here's Tom with the call.
And they're off. Song of Africa heading to the lead quickly, but Dynasty is hard ridden early. Song of Africa, the leader. Dynasty aggressively ridden there by Herb McCauley, and those two head-to-head as they make the bend into the backstretch. Song of Africa going a bit wide. Down inside, Dynasty poking ahead in front of her. It's 4 lengths back to Memories of Silver running third, followed by Captive Number fourth. A Fleetwood fifth on the outside with Vachon running sixth in between those two. It's a break of another 6 lengths back to Elusive, who trails the field. She's about a dozen lengths from a sharp pace up front. The first quarter went in 22 1/5 seconds. Dynasty blazing the way down the backstretch, running a very ambitious race here. 2 lengths ahead of Song of Africa running in second. On the outside, Memories of Silver getting closer to the front runner, who runs a half and an eye-popping 44-4. Dynasty, 2.5 length lead round the far turn. Song of Africa to her outside, Memories of Silver. Perfect striking position for her. 2 lengths back to a Fleetwood. Captive Number put to the whip outside the quarter pole. 3 lengths back to Elusive and Vachon. The field turning for home. Dynasty cuts the corner. Memories of Silver to her outside. In behind her, it's Song of Africa. A Fleetwood fourth. Into the final furlong. Memories of Silver getting the lead at the 8th pole. Dynasty second by 2. Elusive running on late. Then Song of Africa, Vachon toward the rail. It's Memories of Silver coming to the line with the lead. It will be Memories of Silver, followed by Dynasty. Elusive was up for third.
Well, she's back. Memories of Silver. Jerry Bailey in the irons. 2 length score, sent off at 4-5. Jimmy Toner has big plans for this 4-year-old daughter of Silver Hawk this year, including the Beverly D in Chicago and the Breeders' Cup in Southern California. You recall last year she put together a 4-race win streak, including her maiden victory. Then she won the Lake George and the Jana at Saratoga. Then she went down to Keeneland, got the Queen Elizabeth Breeders' Cup. Then they felt like they made a little bit of an error with her stretching. They had her stretched out, and then they turned her back and ran her in the Breeders' Cup mile. She finished 5th there. Then they took her out to Southern California and ran her in the Matriarch, and she finishes 3rd behind no less than Wandester and Windsharp. So big plans this year for this daughter of Silver Hawk, and she's come back running. Her first start of 97, a very impressive one. Dynasty and Elusive, they were just window dressing in this race. As Memories of Silver goes the mile on Sunday in New York in 1:32.4. Okay, that's it for the replays for this week. Now, into our notes department, and let's talk about the heroics of the Belmont a little bit more in the aftermath of the race itself. It appears that the connections of all three horses and of midweek, they each have indicated that the horses have come out of the race in good order. Touch Gold did open up the crack a little bit, and we'll go back to the repair shop for some more touch-up work. Boy, what a tough customer he is. But barring that, Freehouse and Silver Charm seem to be none the worse for the wear. Silver Charm in Louisville for a while, Touch Gold and Freehouse back to Hollywood Park in California. Now, speaking of Hollywood Park, R.D. Hubbard, the president and chairman of Hollywood Park, has proposed that the purse for the swap stakes be increased to $1 million in the event of enticing at least two, if not all three, of the horses to that race. That is July 13th. The purse for the Monmouth Park Haskell, already set at $1 million, is August 3rd, and naturally Monmouth is going to be wooing the three participants for that race. And then, of course, we have our Travers, the usual spot on the calendar, the 24th of August. It seems that the owners of each of the three horses are very amenable to keep this rivalry intact, and they would like to see the three horses meet as much as possible throughout the spring and into the summer season. Wouldn't that be terrific? So it doesn't look like they want to duck anybody, as obviously the three-year-old championship at the end of the year is still quite up for grabs. It would only take another couple of victories by Freehouse in some of these important Grade 1 races throughout the remainder of the year, perhaps to sway some votes. Or what about Touch Gold if he went on to continue winning? Or Silver Charm if he were to jump up and win another one or two of these races. So lot more time to go, and good to see these individuals so agreeable on running against each other for the remainder of the year. But of course, it does remain to be seen whether or not that will reach fruition. But nonetheless, first things first, the July 13th swaps, let's see if they can put that together and if all three horses will make that race at Hollywood. As for our action this week around the country, we've got the Stephen Foster and Dogwood Stakes down at Churchill Downs. We've got the Shoemaker Mile out at Hollywood Park. That marks the return of Helmsman, very good handicap horse from last year who has been sidelined with back problems, training very, very well for trainer Wally DeLassy. Let's see how he goes in the Shoemaker on Sunday. Here in New York, we've got the Brooklyn Handicap for our older horses, the Hill Prince on the grass for three-year-olds. Up at the Rock is their summer season now underway. The New Hampshire Sweepstakes at 1.125 miles on the grass. That will be an OTB out-of-state wagerable race this coming Sunday, 5:15. The post time, we've got Win Play Show, Exacta, and Trifecta wagers available. We've got the call here on the network, WVKZ, and also simulcasted to all of our facilities. And if the NYRA card is concluded, then we can go in home with our simulcast of the race, but only if NYRA and Finger Lakes have concluded their cards. That's always a tight call. Also, Lone Star Oaks down in Texas at Delaware Park. We're looking at the Wilmington and the Obeah Handicap. And at Monmouth, the Matchmaker. Remember, that's the race that normally run at Atlantic City. Well, Monmouth is going to run the Matchmaker this year, sponsored by Gainesway Farm. So there's a look at this coming weekend's action. If you can catch your breath and get wound up again, we got terrific races coming all summer long. Going to be a very, very nice racing season in our warm weather months, and certainly hope you enjoy it. Okay, I believe that puts a cap on things for this week, our coverage of the 129th running of the Belmont Stakes. So as always, stay tuned right here to your OTB TV radio network station, where you get the most complete coverage in thoroughbred racing. Till next week, Jack Wolfeseder here. So long, everybody. We'll see you up at the Rock.